Hi there, kindergarten kiddos. Today we are going to read a book called Snippets, a story about paper shapes. It was written and illustrated by Diane Albert. That means she wrote the words and she made the illustrations or the drawings in the book like these right here. Look at all of these amazing shapes. I'm so excited to see what they'd make. It says, "This is a story about a strange little place where two shapes of paper filled up the whole place. Triangles and squares would all wait in line to make a home in the same patterned design. Each house, like the other, was also mundane, not a chimney, a shingle, or even a long window pane." Look, so they just line up and they make the same house, the same pattern, with no details. Then one afternoon, after new shapes were made, a snippet showed too in an aqua blue shade. But because the snippet had an oddly shaped top, he looked a bit different from a normal rooftop. Uh-oh, they're like, "You are not shaped like us. What are we gonna do?" He was very shy, but he wanted to play, so he asked the shapes, "What are you making today?" "We make sturdy houses," announced the red square. "Asymmetrical shapes belong right over there. Because we are different, it's best we're divided. We just can't risk having our houses lopsided." So he said, "You've got to go over there." That wasn't very kind. The snippet wasn't expecting to be asked to leave and was shocked that the square was being so naive. He could build a strong house and be part of a pair, even if he was not like a regular square. Look, he's like, "But I can help. I know I can." Not wanting to argue, he walked over to the pile and noticed each shape had its own distinctive style. They were all snippets, and they were all like him. Some sides were long, and some shapes were slim. Look at all these cool, awesome shapes. He was so excited, such a surprise. There were so many shapes of irregular size. "Come on," they all said, "jump right into the pile." So the snippet dove in with a bright, gleaming smile. That was really kind of them in their community. They said, "Come on, come and play with us." Even though Snippet really loved this strange new space, he could not forget that strange and tidy place. Deep down in his heart, being divided felt wrong. He just wanted to see all of the shapes get along. Look, here he is. It says, as he stood there thinking, an idea came to mind. What if he went back and tried to be kind? Well, that's the best way to try to work with someone new. To that misguided square with the perfect physique, he could show him the beauty of being unique. So here he goes. He's leaving his pile, and he's going to go talk. Look, they look a little bit worried. When the snippet arrived, the square started to grumble. "Why are you back? You will make our houses crumble." This was the snippet's big chance to make the square truly see all the wonderful things they could possibly be. So the snippet's thinking about it because he's going to convince him they should all work together. Snippet pointed to the roof's acute angle, and he said, "I could make a tall chimney right there on that green triangle." Snippet saw the square start to fill up with doubt, so he knew it would be best to act it all out. So you can tell he can't decide, so he's like, "Let me just show you." So he climbed on the triangle and he said, "How's this look?" The square watched carefully, but the house never shook. It's not falling down, and it doesn't look bad. In fact, it looks great. So what else can we add? Oh, the square loved it. He's like, "This is awesome. What else can we do?" "Actually," said Snippet, "we could add some more. There's a rectangle snippet for a fancy front door. Is it okay if I ask the pile to play too?" The square happily agreed, only expecting a few. But a whole pile showed up to come over and play, And to a square's huge surprise, they had such a fun day. Look, he's like, oh my gosh, there's so many of them. Let's see what they made. The houses they made had never looked so grand. It was just as wonderful as the Snippet had planned. Squares, triangles, snippets, all getting along. They'd made a great place where they all could belong. Look, they're so excited now to be working together. Long rectangles made houses that reached up so high, and a pentagon-shaped rocket could fly in the sky. A right red triangle made the red sail on a ship. It was such an amazing close partnership. They all learned so much from each other that day that regardless of shape, they could all happily play. And to think it was just one Snippet's kind heart that joined them together to make such great art. So I'm so glad the Snippet worked to convince them so they could all work together, because look at all these amazing pieces of art they've made. Houses and sailing ships and rockets. I bet you could make all kinds of other things too, which we're going to talk about in this week's lesson. So thanks for listening to Snippet, a story about paper shapes. Bye for now.